Yo, what's going on? It's going good. I've been sick all week, so I haven't got much done. But it's getting there. I also had to go pick up a bunch of steel before the snow, which is a good thing I did it Friday because it's snowing today. Working on this piece, widening the rear quarters. Just trying to get a general shape on how to bend and roll this sheet. Which I think is going to have to be tucked right here. Pretty much back to here. I've never tucked and shrunk panels. This is all new to me. I looked it up. I seen how they did it, so I'm going to give it a shot. Either way, this is just a practice panel because I have no idea what I'm doing. Thanks, Raphael. Or Raphael. It's getting there for sure. I think I've decided I'm gonna try and take it to SEMA in 2025. That gives me about 10 months to finish the car. I don't know if that's possible by myself. G2HD, what's going on? But obviously for any car builder, SEMA's, you know, the Super Bowl. It's the big dogs. It's the big shot, you know. But I would really like to take this car there next year in Vegas. I don't know how else to explain it. I really want to go. Half of the cars aren't finished at SEMA. Yeah, or they're fake, pieced together. I was looking up the regulations yesterday. Thanks, LS. They got some weird rules. You can't start the cars. They can't have more than a quarter tank of gas or 5 gallons, whichever's lesser. Batteries have to be disconnected and taped off. Fuel caps have to be taped off. Beardy Bug, love to do SEMA. We don't have shows on that scale here in the UK. Yeah, I mean, you know, look, you can only get a car in if you are a business, and I am a business. So that was one of the requirements. I can prove that I'm a business. You know, I have all the legal paperwork necessary. and I'm just trying to go through what it's all gonna take. Wayne P, 18 gauge metal. What machine you using? Welding. This is 20 gauge that I'm using right now. 18 gauge is more for bigger panels, or if you're gonna roll them and stretch them a lot, because by the time you do that, it'll be 20 gauge. But 20 gauge is pretty much a standard. The welder I use is a Weld Pro 200 gas over MIG. So it's under here. That little guy right there. Did Autorama a few times. Their rules are about the same. I've never seen. Check that. Detroit Autorama, huh? I'll have to check that out. I'm doing good, Rolls Royce. How you doing? Nice tats. Why'd you get them? Why do you like restoring history? Sorry for the question, but you have a beautiful soul, and I'd like to repair mine. Nice tats. Why'd you get them? Because they make me feel whole. They make me feel complete, like me. Like everybody can see me the way that I see me. That's why I get tattoos. Also, they're to remind me of my ancestors and where I came from, because I think that's very important. And then, and why do you like restoring history? I think that that's just a misuse of words. I don't restore, I modify. So I take, you know, this standard stock bug and turn it into what I think is something cool. Beardy Bug says that is the single best response on tattoos I've ever heard. That's because it's real, it's genuine. You know what I'm saying? It really is. The you know, really my body tattoos, which I have everywhere, did not compare, and I did not realize what I was trying to achieve with getting tattoos until I got my head and face done and looked in the mirror. And when I looked in the mirror, I had that overwhelming feeling of finally being centered in my body. I'm sure that's probably boring some of you, but it's what happened, you know, so. So I keep getting them. Do I sell my cars? That is an excellent question, Mark. Do I sell my cars? So here's the thing, right? This is the first car I've ever built, okay? I've built a lot of motorcycles, and yes, I've sold most of them. I have some of them still, but would I sell my cars? Of course. You know, if the money's right, it'd be dumb not to, because I can make another one. It's not, you know, it's not a irreplaceable thing. And for me, the building part of it, the learning new tools, learning new skills, figuring out how to make it work, that I've learned for me is at least the most enjoyable part through the process. I enjoy the research, I enjoy the modifications, the engineering, the fabrication, all of it. And it does take a very long time. I mean, I don't do this full time, so this is about 8 hours a week, give or take. Some weeks more, some weeks none. But I was able to accomplish this in about a little over a year. You know, and there's tons of work. The floor pan's redone, the front end's rebuilt, highly modified, airbag system, the transmission's done, axles, the whole drive gear underneath is done, and modified. You know, so it's a lot of work for sure. This is the body work, the body modifications, and the designing is the easy part. Also the funnest. Mark Hall, sell it to me as is. I can't. I got to take it to SEMA next year. That's the new goal. Is I want to go to SEMA. I want to make people see me and see my car. What's up, Vegas? Lloyd Can, one of my first builds was a bug because they are easy to work on. Yeah, they are. They are easy to work on, and they are a great starting platform for tons of modifications. Damien Hyde says the world's your oyster. I needed to hear that. Thank you. No fucking problem. No problem. You know the biggest thing, what's up, Ireland? Is whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to achieve or goals that you want to reach, the number one thing to remember, to anchor yourself to, is ain't nobody stopping you but you. So figure it the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is stopping you but you. Get off your ass and go make it happen. It's literally that easy. It takes time, it takes sacrifice, it takes dedication. All of those things come along with it. But as long as you get off your ass every fucking day and go make it happen, it will happen. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad did the face tattoos hurt, if you don't mind me asking? I have a very high pain tolerance, which is also why I keep getting them. They didn't hurt at all. Some spots on the body do. The ankle bones are horrible. The ankle bones is the only tattoo that I... Luckily, he was done when I was done. It just ended up working out to where I still have a perfect record and I've never tapped out. Farm girl, love that. That's the way everyone should live. Yeah, it really is. People are so scared of fucking failure and looking stupid, and you know, they just get so caught up in it, they never take a step forward. If I look at it like, who gives a shit, you know? Like, I mean, really, just go make it happen. If you mess it up, do it again. If you mess it up again, learn from that, do it again. Eventually, you're not going to mess it up, you know? But again, that takes dedication, sacrifice, consistency. How do you get anything while filming for TikTok? How do I get anything what, Brent? What's up, hungry? A Mari says, I'm just going around showing small creators love, kindness, and respect. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, how do I get anything done while I'm on live? I don't, typically. I use lives to meet with you guys so that you can get to know who I am. I don't do long form content. I don't have the time. I would eventually like to transition into long form content, but right now it's just short, so you don't really get to interact with me or see who I am. So I use lives to do that, to meet you guys, answer questions, you know, talk about anything. I'm gonna do a little bit of work today, but we'll get to that in a minute. Great motivation for life. I'm praying for you and that you would reach your goals. Thank you. And I will reach my goals. I refuse to lose, okay? I don't care how long it takes, what it costs. all of that is irrelevant to me. I will sacrifice and dedicate all of my time to making shit happen, because nobody's going to make it happen for you. Okay? Stop leaning on everybody else, trying to, oh, so-and-so is not helping me. Who gives a shit? Get out there and do it yourself. Go learn. Go level up. How much will the Volkswagen cost when you're done? How much money will I have in it? Or how much would I sell it for? Do these tattoos affect your emotions? Yes, to a point, they do. How much would I sell it for? It would, in order for me to sell it, it would have to be between 60 and 80 grand. And then I would sell it. What's up, Kitty Fines? What's going on? How much is it costing to build it? Like, I don't really know, but I can take a guess. When it's all said and done, it'll be around 40 grand, I'm guessing. Just material. That doesn't count time, consumables, knowledge, machinery that I've had to buy to make it happen. Asma Assad, do you have help or do you do it all yourself? I do it all myself. Could you drive in the winter also? I mean, yeah, you could. I wouldn't. I'm not going to. It's got no windshield wipers, no heater, no defrost. I cut all that to save weight for the body modifications, so I can end up keeping the car around stock weight with about 6 times the amount of power. So the rear tires are track slicks that are DOT approved for street cruising. So they need hot asphalt to stick. I would not drive it in the winter at all. Michael Young, yes, these are bind runes on my face. Steel, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, Othala, yeah. It's, they're everywhere. Porsche engine, no. I'll be building a 2276cc stroker air-cooled Volkswagen engine. Unique tools. Check out my website if you need any tools. DM me. Send me a message, and I'll check it out later. What engine trans are you going with? So I had the only thing that I'm not doing to the car is I had the transmission built. I did not build the transmission. And it is a modified IRS to swing, reinforced chromoly axles, welded throwout, welded gears. It's a beefed up Volkswagen transaxle to handle the big motor. And then I'll be building a 2276cc air-cooled. Am I going to turbo it? So I'm building the engine prepped for twin turbos, up to 10 pounds of boost it can handle on a regular basis. But I can't afford the turbos right now, so it'll be it'll be twin carb. Old Ford, no, this is a 1967 Volkswagen Beetle. Highly modified. And yes, I do all of the work myself. Um, Yesterday, I decided to set a goal, and I want to try to make it to Las Vegas SEMA in 2025. And if that's the case, I might need help to finish just because of time. What year is the Beetle? It's 1967. Yeah, a coffer. Yeah, a coffer, a Fusca. What's the other one? Depends on where you are. I think in Brazil they call them a Fusca, and then in Mexico they call them something else. I can't remember. No, Super Beetles were 1970. 1967 was the transition year from the older style to the newer style, which would be a Super Beetle, and then they went to the front engine, you know, in the 2000s, or maybe the late 90s. Am I going to do the body work, mud block, and paint? Yes, I'm going to do all the work. The transmission I had built and the seat upholstery I'm getting done, but I'll do the door cards, headliner, carpet, dashboard, I'll do all that, but I'm not sewing the seats. When was the last time you seen a split or oval window? I've never seen a real split window in person. An oval window, I just worked on one like a month ago. What paint am I using? I'm gonna be spraying the main body in satin black truck bed liner, and then it's gonna have purple accents. The purple is going to be this electric purple. And then the seats, I have this metallic purple and black Cayman alligator. Asher Peterson, what's up? Thanks. Yeah, the seat material, I'm real happy I found that. It's really nice stuff. Super thick, durable. It's vinyl, you know, it's imitation alligator or faux alligator, but yes, it is a IRS transaxle converted to swing, and it's fully airbagged. I designed and built my own drop swing links and airbag supports, so it's double bagged in the back and the front. Thanks, Mike, Mr. H. It's a 1967 Volkswagen Beetle. Right now I'm working on redesigning and widening and changing the whole rear end and the roof line. And I'm gonna make it happen. How much time do I have in it already? About 8 hours a week for a year and a half. How much did I buy it for before all the work? Uh, Randall Williams, where are you from? Idaho. I'm out in Idaho in USA. How much did you buy it for before I did the work? So I bought the bug originally. I think it was like 2,600. I think. It ran, but barely. It had no brakes. It'd been chopped and fiberglassed for a Baja. But I cut all that away and put all the metal back. So Northern Idaho. 38 years, auto glass. Them W's are tricky. Yeah. All the modifications that I've made, the visor and the back and all that stuff, the factory size glass will go right back in it. No, it's not right-hand drive. The camera's backwards. It's a mirror image because I'm using my front cameras on my phone. Bob Bryan power plant. I'll be building a 2276 stroker air-cooled Volkswagen engine. We got the same sandblasting cabinet at my dad's shop, which I use a lot for a 72 El Camino. It's one of my favorite tools to use. They're super handy. Yeah, they are. Yeah, if you're cleaning parts, it's that one's set up for baking soda, so I can blast engine cases and carburetors and stuff. Is what I use it for. And just what was it, last week? I think it was last week or the week before. I think it was last week. I just picked up this. So I can start rolling my own panels and trying to figure that out. It's a pretty nice little setup. Jace Johnson, you want an English wheel? Kaka Industries. Kaka. You can order it through Amazon. I think it was $500 for the wheel for this whole setup with the one with 6 different radius dies, and then it was like $250 for shipping, so it ended up being just under $800. And yeah, this is a challenge for sure. But again, I'll figure it out. Like everything else. You get out what you put in. So if you put in everything, you'll get out everything you want. Yeah, Jace Johnson. It's the cheapest, highest quality for the price point English wheel I've been able to find, and I've been looking at them for a couple years. So the quality is really good. Not the best. It could be reinforced. There's a little bit of deflection if you're trying to roll 18 really hard. But you can weld a couple braces on it. It's all steel, and then that'll fix it, But for half the price of something of lesser quality, I couldn't pass it up. I had to get it, When do you think you'll be done? Mike 76. I'm hoping to take it to 2025 SEMA, which is November 4th. So I've got like 10, 11 months to finish it. Are we ever fully done with projects? Yes, because I have a lot of other projects I want to build. a ton. Wish I had a big shop, you know, I could work on 5 at a time, but I only have space for one, so you gotta finish it, get it out, and get another one in here. What's up, Gustavo? Anyway, I think this practice panel right here, it's tight here. I need this to drop, so I think I need to shrink it from here to here. So I'm gonna try and tuck it, and I don't know exactly how that's gonna work. 208 tire, what's up? How you doing? SEMA 208 tire says SEMA 2025 ain't ready for this beast. Fucking A. You know? What state are you in, and do you have other people's projects? I'm in Idaho. And yes, I work on other people's projects, not through the winter, because I have to work on them outside, and it's snowing right now. So come spring, I'll be taking more customers. But I also want to get this ready for fucking SEMA. How bad did my face tattoo hurt? Not at all. Always with the face tattoo. Yeah, but I have a very high pain tolerance. Tattoos don't bother me. There's, you know, like 3 or 4 spots on my body that actually hurt. The rest of it I can sleep through. Idaho here, it's snowing where? It's snowing in Caldwell right now. You're out in Twin. Aspen says, wow, that's awesome, so you can just do whatever. Yeah. You know? I mean, all tattoos hurt a little bit, but I mean, it's really mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter. But from what I've seen of other people getting tattoos and what I experience while getting tattoos, I handle it extremely well. Oh yeah, Britt says your beard is majestic. Thanks. Clyde says I fall asleep getting mine. Yeah, I've done that before. I've dozed off and snapped back. Yeah, the arms, the only part, my armpits, I don't have them in my armpits, but I have them all the way to my armpits. And none of my arms hurt. The elbow sucks. Right here, you can see this isn't tattooed because just this was enough. And then you can see over here. Plus, they typically wear off, you know. Alright, I'm going to see if I can tuck this panel. What I think I'm going to try and do is beat this in and then hammer it flat again and see what happens. Again, I am not a professional. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have researched it, and that seems to be what you do, but we'll find out in real life. What made you decide on a VW Bug than another kind of car? First off, the VW Bug is probably the coolest fucking car ever made. Okay, it's very unique. It's a unibody, air-cooled engines in the back. It's a transaxle. Those are all kind of one-of-a-kind, unique things to Volkswagen, right? And then on top of that, they are very easy to modify. Very easy. And you can do anything. You could build a monster truck out of it, a rock crawler, a drag car. I mean, literally anything. It's a very good platform. And they're simple, they're lightweight. Parts for them, the aftermarket is huge. So they're, I don't want to say inexpensive, but compared to like building a Nova or, you know, an American muscle car, it's a fraction of the cost. So not only is it a unique, cool, endless, modifiable car, it's affordable to modify in comparison to other vehicles. I mean, you just go get a dashboard for, you know, I mean, go get a dashboard for a Merc or a, I mean, for that matter, for, you know, for a square body Chevy. I mean, you're like $1,500. This one I can cut and make myself. I can see the elbow being rough for sure. That's totally how I do new hobbies, research, and then, well, let's see how it goes. Yeah, you know, everything comes down to money. It's, we all have to work for a living, you know. We have things to pay for, family. All right, I'm gonna try and hammer the sheet and see what happens. Again, never done this before. Can you shout out my name, please? I'm very sick in the hospital. Christina Howald. I hope you get better. Stick with it, don't give up. When are you going to paint? I'm hoping next summer. Broken One, nice Nordic tats. Thanks, bro. Berzerker's MC, what's up? Static, what's going on? So I think it's gonna get loud. This up a little bit more. Try and get a deeper valley. So you form a tuck like that, apparently. Let me go get my other dolly real quick. So this one's just pretty much a flat. It's got a small radius on it, and it needs to be cleaned. I'm not making you know, smooth, seamless, ear protection. What? Panels, I don't care, it's going to be floated out and all that anyway. But so apparently you're supposed to form a tuck and then capture the tuck by putting a seam on each side of the tuck, here and here, making it a harder fold, and then you hammer it flat. So how are we going to do this here? So apparently that'll be capturing the tuck. I don't know exactly how much it's supposed to be peaked up or pinched together. I really don't know. But I'm just going to try and hammer this flat now and see what happens. I'm not even sure if that did anything. Maybe it wasn't a strong enough tuck. Might end up just making this in 2 pieces. Yeah, it didn't. I don't think that was, I don't think I did that right. It didn't even move. It's a learning process. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and cut it. What's up, Kevin T? Good to see you again, bro. Can roll it anyway. Yeah, you don't want to tuck, it just creates a lap joint. From the research that I did, is that's one thing that you want to be careful of, is when you're tucking to shrink and you hammer the peak flat, you just want to make sure that the metal doesn't overlap the metal. That's what I got out of my research. Don't overthink it. Usually the simple device works better than the modern. Quick breakdown. What am I doing? Kevin T. I am redesigning and widening the entire rear end of the car. We're going to put a snorkel on the roof, double whale tail, window visor, widening the quarter panel by 6 inches. You can kind of see here is the general idea. It'll be a pass-through flying buttress is what it's called. You know, like a what are those Formula One racers kind of, I think, have these. Supercars have them. Rat rod build. No. It's the way that I build things, the best way to describe it is dirty clean. So everything's painted and finished, but it kind of has a rat rod feel, kind of proportions to it. Yeah, Kevin, I'm trying to figure out how to use an English wheel. I just picked one up like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Just trying to level up my skills. You know, I want to get the car ready for 2025 SEMA. I want to take it there. I want to make people see my car. Yeah, Den, I've got my shop bag right there. It's shrinking the metal that I'm trying to figure out how to do, because I need this to curve. It's a complex curve. It needs to curve this way at 2 different radiuses, but I also need it to curve this way at the same time. English blood blisters, not yet, but I'm sure it's coming soon. There you go. Yeah, English wheels, trial and error, Richard. I know. Like any piece of machinery, it's a mechanical machine. I'll figure out how to use it, you know. Adam Hale, are you done yet? No. Clearly. Drivetrain and motor, I have a Pro Street built swing axle, Volkswagen transmission, transaxle, and I'll be building a 2276 stroker air-cooled Volkswagen engine. Thanks, Twist and Grips. Yeah, all VW, bro. Yeah, Kevin, I can't wait to hear the motor either. But right now I put myself on a 10-month deadline to make it to SEMA in Vegas next year. It's probably more stress than I fucking need, but I want it really bad. So yeah, it'll be stroked out. Yeah, it's a 82 crank. So what's my sandblast cabinet set up? That is a Harbor Freight modified, obviously, for a drop feed soda blasting cabinet for blasting aluminum, magnesium. It's for cleaning engine cases, heads, valve bodies, carburetors. Jacob says, I can make it to SEMA, just a lot of long nights ahead of you. Yeah. Yeah. Kevin says, geez, 10 months, bro, that's a tight schedule. You're fucking telling me. You know? What's up, Indonesia? Does it work like it should? Does what work like it should? The soda blasting cabinet? Ivan, yeah, that's what you're asking. Yeah. Yeah, it works really good. It's modified. It's not a Harbor Freight setup. Harbor Freight setup has a dual tube that you stick in there, and that's where it pulls the media. I did a drop feed, and it comes back in the side. Can you see? Yeah, it's kind of hard to see because it's buried. It's very tiny in here. But sure. See if I can. Okay. So right there is the parts and then my flow valve. And then it attaches to a hose that comes in the front right here. And this is connected to the gun. So all the media drops down the hopper and into the tube and then gets drawn up through here. So it's a constant feed. When you do, like Harbor Freight has it set up from the store, when you put a tube inside at the top of the hopper, eventually you're gonna have to pull that tube and move it. This avoids that. It's a constant feed. And then you got to put a ball valve to control the airflow, or sometimes it gets clogged, so you can burp this and it'll clean the clog out for you. And it works really good. I've never had any issues with it after the modifications. Just wait till you're behind the wheel, taking the test ride. Gonna be sweet. Yeah, it is. Do I have the motor already, Kevin? Yes, I do. I've had the motor for a while. It's not built, but I have it. It's up there on the shelf back there. All that is the engine up on those shelves. What's up, Snoopy? Yeah, I cleaned the garage up. I had to. It was getting too nasty in here, but now I'm back to metal fabricating these rear quarters, so it's gonna get messy again. But yeah, before winter, it snows here in Idaho, so I spent last weekend cleaning up, reorganizing. I went and got all the sheet metal I need from the supply on Friday, which is a good thing because it's snowing today, and I don't have a enclosed trailer. I just have a regular utility flatbed trailer, so a small one. Am I going to English wheel the rear fenders? No, I'm not going backwards. I got 10 months to finish this car to get it to SEMA. I've started looking up the rules, regulations, requirements. They don't accept registration for next year yet. Yeah, cardboard mock-ups, that always works good. Yeah, my shelves look like your shelves. Yeah, I'm limited on space in here. So I think maybe I'll just cut this sheet. I really should have deleted this drip rail before I started designing this. Isn't SEMA show in Vegas in December? Yes, it's in Vegas, but it's in November. It's the first week of November. I think it's. I think it's the 1st through the 7th. Is that a working vent low behind the brake vents? So yes and no. They are a screen intake looking thing, but they are backlit with purple LEDs. They shoot purple LED beams out the front. Go to my page, you can see a video of it. I just reposted the one from last year, so it should be at the top. It was last week. Mike says SEMA was last week. Yeah, it was. But next year. Where am I from? Idaho, USA. Has the new English wheel made it better to do it? Yes. The only downfall is I have no idea how to use it, so I'm trying to figure it out. Boston John, I'll be building the 2276 CC Stroker. Ivan, you're in Washington. Yeah, what's up? Thanks, Kevin. I hope to make it next year. We'll see what happens. It's a lot of work, and I do it all myself, you know. So, what's up, Jesus? I really wish I would have deleted the strip rail before I started mocking up that buck. That drip rail is in my way. I'm gonna have to cut the buck off and fill it, cut the drip rail off and fill it in. I've got some 1/4 inch round rod up there that I'll use. I'll have to float it out. I'll probably piece it in sections. What is my regular occupation? I am a journeyman electrician. Quick change up. What's for dinner? Whatever my wife makes me. It'll all make a turd. I'm not picky. Thanks, the dude. Yeah, SEMA does have cool rides. They went, you know, like full commercial, money grab, you know, multi-million-dollar builds, but it looks like this last year they had a lot of built not bought. So I'm hoping that they're changing gears and will give us a place to showcase, you know, people like me. You got an MK4 Golf that you're doing up, Dan Scannell. That's pretty cool. I got an MK1 diesel 4-door Outback that's waiting for its turn in here. Go XIO. Air cooled is underrated. I agree. I think all small cars are underrated. Everybody, especially here in the States, in America, you know, everybody's, you know, big muscle, horsepower, heavy as fuck. You know, they want big everything. And when it comes to having fun, as long as you mix lightweight with the right amount of power, it's ridiculously fun to drive. Yeah, mini trucks. I'm a big fan of mini trucks. All small vehicles. For whatever reason, I just see them and they make me happy. The potential, the underdog, the possibilities, the cost. It's a win-win-win-win-win when I see a small car. The only thing about small cars is that I love them and I'm 6'3". Cut the fucking seat rails off, bolt that fucker to the floor, move it back, get rid of the back seat, you know, make it happen, bud. Just make it happen. What's up, Chaos Wolfsker? What's going on? Shout out from Grand Island, Nebraska. Brazil. Fusca. Ohio. Midsize 72 Le Mans 400, 3-speed would haul ass. Yeah. Yeah, Miatas, I mean, even a Mini Cooper, you know. I'm not a Mini Cooper fan. I don't like their engines, but drop a Hayabusa in it and you got something awesome, you know? Sub Brazil. You need to get your twin turbo Audi running again. Yes, you do. Get out there, make it happen. I'm 6'7" and have a 1999 Chevy Suburban LT. Yeah. Yeah, and you probably still bump your head when you hit speed bumps. Shout out from England. What's up, England? You don't have the tools? This is what you do when you don't have the tools. You find somebody who does and you borrow them. If you can't do that, then you set a plan right now for what tool, make a list of most important to least important that you need to accomplish the job, okay? And you buy the big one first. Start putting away $5 a paycheck, whatever. It doesn't matter. Engine hoist is the main thing. Yeah, check Facebook Marketplace, go to Harbor Freight, you know. Here to vouch for the Duramax guys. Yeah, nothing wrong with a diesel engine. What's up, Poland? Jim? This is what it's looking like. I'm trying to figure out how to design and fabricate and widen the whole rear of the car. But before I get too far, into the sheet metal fabrication, I have to delete this drip rail. It's in my way, inside the buttress. So I'm gonna have to cut this buck off and shave the drip rail. What about Facebook? You can find dirt cheap engine hoists on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, that's the first place I look for anything, is Facebook Marketplace. And then I price check from there versus new. And if it's not that big of a difference, and or depending on the used one, if it's in really good shape and it's only a little bit cheaper, I'll get the used one. But if it's well used and the price difference between a new one and a used one isn't that big, I'll just wait. Jim says he's built 7 VW trikes, and when he came across my channel, he was hooked. Thank you. Yeah, that trike was fun. I had to build a custom shift rod for it. And that was a good time. I enjoyed that. Awesome build. Thank you. I have a similar one in the design phase. Tandems would have built 5.7 Pro Charger. That's fucking cool. Yeah, I'm still an electrician, Monday through Friday. Someday I hope to be able to do this full time for me and other people. But right now, we gotta make money, Interior wise, I haven't touched the interior. I have it planned out of exactly what I'm gonna do, but I have not touched the interior. I'm working my way around the car. So I did the hood, the visor, the scoop, the Lambo doors, the quarter panels, the louvers, floor pan, everything underneath's rebuilt, rear fenders, and now I'm working on widening the rear end, and I'll work my way around. Rick Roll, so cool what you have built. I love that you are self-taught. Thank you. And yes, I am. And yes, I ruin a lot of stuff, but I just figure it out. Thanks, Jim. He says you definitely have an eye for this. Very talented. I appreciate it. Why does this working in progress look so incredible? Because I built it. I have a knack for artistic design of how things, what I think looks good, and what I've come to realize is what I enjoy looking at. A lot of other people do too, and not a lot of people build things that way. So it's kind of the way I do it's very unique. Yeah, the rear squat, there's no air in the suspension. It's slammed all the way down as far as it'll go, which is 1 inch off of the skid plate in the front and 4 inches off of the transmission Y or wishbone in the back. Which once I get an engine in there and a Baja engine cage I'm going to put on because I'm running it open engine, it should also be 1.5 inches off the ground. Am I going to add front fenders? Not as of right now. I want to keep it open wheel. what type of pipes are you putting on, and what direction are they going? I did that trike a few weeks ago, and it had those like trumpet J tubes on it. I think I'm gonna put that on here so they'll point straight back. They'll be stacked and they'll point straight back. But I'm gonna cut the baffles out so it'll just be straight piped. If you do fenders, I can only imagine what they would look like. Yeah, whatever they would look like, they would be fucking cool. I know that. Really unique, nice craftsmanship. Thanks, 10X. What engine? I'll be building the 2276 stroker. Air-cooled Volkswagen engine. Have I decided on the color? Yes. I'm spraying the main body in satin black truck bed liner, and it's going to have electric purple accents. And then the seats will be this metallic purple and black Cayman alligator. And there's purple LED lights everywhere. Yeah, 2276 choked down to 40 mil dual carbs should give me enough torque to turn these big tires and have a lot of fun. I'll be right back. Breakfast time. Screen is blurred. Is anybody else having that issue? Here on YouTube, TikTok. Stan the man. Says you're creating a work of art. I'd be scared to drive it. I ain't scared to drive it. I built it. If it breaks, I'll fix it, you know? But that's also why I'm doing, because I'm running an open wheel in the front. That's why I'm going to be spraying the main body with truck bed liner to give me that hard shell to protect it from the rocks and everything else. Yeah, how it tucks into the fender. Who is that? SG Tamarack. Yeah, it's definitely one of a kind. What's up, Columbia? It's awesome, amazing work. Stabby McGhost. She had gold wing doors like a 350. I couldn't put gold wing doors on because it has a factory sunroof that I wanted to keep. Carlos Nino, what are you doing? I am building the coolest car you have ever seen. 1967 Volkswagen Beetle, highly modified. What am I eating? Dom the Painter. Hold on, guys. Dom the Painter is definitely like one of my favorite dudes on here. Let me see if I can pin him. I can figure out this friggin' technology. No, that's not what I want. Oh, do I gotta hold it? There we go, pin this comment. There you go, Dom the Painter's on top. Go check out his channel. That dude does amazing shit in his backyard. Beautiful paint jobs. Lowriders, pinstriping, I mean, just all kinds of shit. If you wanna see some cool paint, go check out Dom the Painter's page. More like Beyond Modified, Dom says. Yeah, it is. But it's a good base. I'm eating hash browns with Fridays, avocado, and onions. Off subject, but love how easy it is to change VW engines, 4 bolts. Yeah, pretty much everything on a bug's, you know, easy, simple. Dom says it's a borderline concept car because it's a one of one. Thank you. Hey Dom, I decided yesterday that I am giving myself 10 months to finish this fucking car because I want to take it to SEMA 2025 in Vegas. I want to make people see me, see my car, see my designs, see what I'm capable of, you know? I'm really excited about it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. It's a very tight deadline for me. But I want it bad. Everybody go check out Dom the Painter on TikTok. Go give him a like, give him a follow, show him some love, you know? Nobody's gonna lift us up and elevate us, so we need to do it for each other. Stan the Man, breakfast looks incredible. Yeah, my wife spoils me. No problem, Dom. 2025 SEMA. I'm gonna do everything I can to make that happen. Techno Maurice. Do I build cars for a living? No. I do this for fun. I am a journeyman electrician Monday through Friday, and then a self-taught engine builder and fabricator. Hey Dom, you been to SEMA yet? You ever gone? I've never gone. It was something I always thought was out of my reach, and now I know better. Oh, you sold your first Scion truck there? Fuck yeah. I want to go so bad. What's up, Indonesia? Been looking at your tattoo and I can see your vision and your style of your car. Thank you. And Dom went to the House of Color paint booth as a special guest. You're fucking amazing, bro. You really are. Dom the Painter. Go check out his channel. Dom the Painter and Joe Knows Volkswagens. That's a cool ass dude right there too. He's done lives with me on here, and he's just a down to earth, just good dude. I only associate with a very small handful of people because I've found that most people are fake or garbage, and it's a waste of my time to interact with them. So when I do find people that are genuine, I try to let everybody know, you know. And Dom the Painter, Joe Knows Volkswagens, two of my favorite people right there. Very skilled, very knowledgeable, down to earth. They're just awesome guys. They're, you know, you could ask them anything and they'll answer. They're not keeping trade secrets, or you know what I'm saying. They're not that type of person. They're more than willing to teach and help you out. Yeah, Dom says he tries to help everybody out that he possibly can, from materials to how he does it. And he does a great job simplifying and explaining things for the normal people, you know, to be able to understand. I think he's live every day in the afternoon. But he's just like me in the sense, Dom the Painter is painting amazing things in his backyard, in a shed. He's just out there making it happen. Yeah, Chad P, this is a 1967 Volkswagen Beetle, highly modified. Not much of the original Beetle is left, but the essence is still there. Richard says I can't paint worth shit. I mean, I can paint. It'll probably take me just as long to fix the paint as it did to paint it, but I can get it done. Painter says, I've learned a lot about the custom paint side. He's not a gatekeeper or trade secrets. He shows you. Yeah, gatekeeper. That's the word I was looking for. Dom's not that guy. He'll give you everything you need to know to make it happen for yourself. Even, cost breakdown and all of that. Go check out his channel, give him a follow. He deserves it. Have I decided on a color scheme? Yes. I'll be spraying the main body in satin black, truck bed liner, and then it's going to have purple accents. Thanks, Tim Bishop. I appreciate it. Yeah, Chad P says everyone has their specialty. It's hard being one guy who's good at everything from chassis work to body. It really is. It's not impossible. You can be decent at multiple things, but to be a master, that takes time away from learning something else. So you just kind of go with, like, obviously Dom loves painting, right? So he's ridiculously good at it because he's done it a lot and enjoys it. The more that I build, because I started with rebuilding a small engine into building this, right? The more I build, the more I level up and I progress, the more I'm realizing I enjoy designing and fabricating the body the most, but I also like the modifications, like the airbag system. I enjoy doing that a lot. The Lambo doors, I enjoyed that a lot. I'm just kind of phasing away from engine building or repairs or things like that as I progress. Designing and fabricating the body is definitely number one for me, and I'm barely scratching the surface. I'm barely starting that, but it lights a fire inside me to design and then make it real in real life, that I don't get from anything else. Ground. Kevin T, C10 gonna be satin black with ground screw green accents. Got titanium and copper blocks to drag. It's funny that you say that. The last bike that I built, I was looking into getting all of the parts anodized in that ground screw green, and the cost was just too much. So I went with the grabber green, the lime green paint, and fuel lines and all of that. You can check it out on my channel, Kevin. But that's that's got to be an electrician thing. You see that green? It's a cool ass green. It really is. What air management am I using? It's open engine. What type of wheels are going on it? The wheels are already on it. These are Bassett race wheels. They're circle track race wheels. I think they're 2 or 3 piece steel, but they're really thin. They're really lightweight for steel. I was surprised when I got them at how light they are. I have felt heavier aluminum mag wheels than these. Oh, you're talking about the air ride. Yeah, it's bagged. Airbags in the back, air struts in the front. I'll be running a 2.5 gallon tank and a single compressor. That should give me more than enough for the air horn and the suspension. Because yes, I'm going to put an air horn on here. Yeah, I don't have to do my continued education until next November, I think. Why not do an IFS front suspension? I'm trying to keep a good mix of the original Volkswagen and some of the very unique parts that it has because I enjoy them, their uniqueness. So I kept the factory front beam, I just modified it. Any plans for a surf rack? No. Dom the painter says, I got fascinated with the build because it was so unique. I love unique. It catches your eye. Yeah, that's the whole point. You know, I'm so sick of seeing the same resto mods over and over and over. I go to a lot of car shows. I mean, not a shit ton, but I go to a lot. And you just get snowblind to it, it's not. And the big fancy, high dollar builds, yeah, they're impressive in a sense, but they don't impress me. I want, built, not bought. That's impressive. Somebody figured out how to make that, not somebody showing off somebody else's car. That's what interests me. Okay. Now, there's nothing wrong with it. Not everybody has the skills or the time or the want, to learn how to build a car. I get that. But I'm just saying what I enjoy looking at. What compressor? Yeah, I'll be running a Viair compressor and tank. It's the most cost effective at the quality level that I need or want. Viair has a good track record. They're decent, import Chinese products, and there's nothing wrong with that in my book. It's all about quality and durability, no matter where it comes from. And cost. So quality, durability, and cost. You got to find the right combination of those three things, whether it comes from here or China or the UK or fucking Australia. To me it doesn't matter because I'm the one using the thing, so. Wade, what do they have now? 485. What do you mean? I'm at a loss. Kevin T, I've got a t-shirt that says built not bought. One of my favorites. Should add that to your merch store. I'll buy it. Yeah, I will. The merch store that I'm using is getting in a partnership with another company, and so they're gonna offer some better stuff. I hope to have hats soon for you guys. I know that's been a big ask of almost everybody, but I didn't want to put the shitty hats that they offered on the site that I was using and sell you guys garbage. So Um, but it's supposed to be getting better, so I'm working on that. Kevin T, I know you always wanted one, but I don't wear hats. I let my baldness and my artwork shine. But I know a lot of people do. A lot of my family's been asking, a lot of people on here. But again, what was offered was garbage, so I didn't put it in the store. But the other company that they're partnering with has better options, so I'm looking into that. I have to redesign the logo a little bit because my logo is a up and down. It's a vertical logo, and it doesn't fit on the hat. It ends up being too small. So I got a friend of mine that actually does my ink, and he's gonna see if he can figure out how to make it fit on the hat. Got a 70 square back. That's fucking cool. I've always wanted to chop a 70 square back into a mini truck. Got a few compliments for the Berzerker Garage flag flying in the shop. Fuck yeah. Appreciate you putting that up. Inner Shadow, what's going on? Last I bought was a Chrome 444, but I know they went bigger. I'm not sure for the air system. I have a list of possible via air products and combinations of products that I'll go through when I get closer to buying one. Inner Shadow, I'm just doing a live, but it's snowing outside. I've been sick all week, so I didn't really get out here and get to work on the car. And I've got some other, family stuff to do today. So I won't get anything done today, but next week and I'll be back on it. Did you win the lottery? That's an awesome garage. No, this is 7 years of dedication and planning to make this happen. Gary Haast, can we see the snow? I'm in Saudi Arabia and only seen sand for 6 months. No, I'm not going to roll up the door. It'll get too cold in here. As soon as I crack that door, I lose all my heat. But yeah, I woke up this morning. We had about, I'm gonna say a half inch, and it was still snowing at 8. So that was a couple hours ago. What's up, Dave Maley? Morning. Kevin T, you gonna do any burnouts? I want a short video of a rolling burnout. Fuck yes, I am. I mean, the rubber on the rear of this car, these Nito track slicks, DOT approved track tires, are ridiculously expensive. But yes, I'm definitely going to do some burnouts. Hopefully they can handle it. Most importantly, I'm going to try to finish the car by 2025 in November and take it to SEMA. Richard McRae says people lose their minds here if it snows for a minute. Yeah, it's normal for us. Here in the valley, in the Treasure Valley in Idaho, we don't get a ton. Occasionally we'll have a rough winter where we do, but For the most part, we get, inches, and typically it melts away. Not always. As it gets later into winter, it'll stick more. But again, it's only inches. It's not feet, so it's really not that bad. But it is blistering cold. It's a very dry, crisp cold here. Drive or trailer to the show, Kevin T. I'm gonna trailer it. I'm gonna have to trailer it. It's a long trip to Vegas from here. And the gas tank's small, the engine's big. It's just unrealistic to drive it there. Plus, I'll need gear, wife, kids, all the stuff. King Mouse, what's up? What makes you love tattoos? They make me feel whole. That's why I love tattoos. South Georgia, say hell no to the snow. Yeah, but you got a lot of humidity down there too, and we don't have that here. I'm in the desert, so this car's been stripped down for a year and a half and it's zero rust. So it's a trade-off. I mean, I'd like to live somewhere where it's just hot all the time, Arizona or something. That'd be nice, but it's not in the cards. I started and based my life here. King Mouse just got out of church, heading to work. Yeah, go get some shit done. Mississippi at 65 right now. It is 37 degrees here right now. Any advice you can give us about life? Tons. Tons. Because basically I've been through it all. I've been on both sides of the fence. I've done bad, I've done good. I've experienced a lot of things in my life. The simplest and shortest answer, and it might sound cliche, but I have lived it and experienced it, so I know it for a fact. No matter what you do or who you are, bad shit will happen to you, okay? It will. It's how you recover from it that is the important part, okay? And I believe in energy, vibration, okay? I think it's real. I think it's very important. If you vibrate at a low frequency with negative energy, that is what you're going to receive, okay? If you vibrate at a higher frequency and exert positive energy, and thoughts are part of that energy, thinking good, good things will happen. But again, no matter what, bad shit will happen. So deal with it in the best positive way that you can to counteract it, okay? Don't accept it and act alike, because just more bad will happen. That would be my life advice, okay? Number one, you do that, good things will come. On top of that, if there are things that you want to do and accomplish in life, then get out there and do them. Because we're all running out of time, okay? All of us. You only have so many decades, and it takes a decade to be good at anything, to be successful at anything. And you're only allotted, what, 3 of those? Because the rest of them, you're either a baby or you're too old. So you have 3 chances to make something amazing happen, which will take 10 years of dedication and sacrifice to make it happen. So go make it happen. Nobody's going to do it for you, and nobody is stopping you but you. Good answer? Moore's Garage says good advice. Gorov says thank you, sir. No problem. People waste too much time. Time is the only thing you cannot get more of. You can make more money. You can find more friends. You can get more houses. You can buy more clothes. You can, eat more food. You literally can get more of everything except for time. So spend your time wisely. Do not waste it. Research while you're taking a shit. You're already sitting there. You can't get up and do anything else. Snoopy says, yes, mate, you've got such a positive way and good outlook on life. Now I do. I wasted the first half of my life being a waste of life, and I refuse to do it with the second half. I absolutely refuse. It took me 30 years to change my mind state to what it is now. But again, I've seen it, I've experienced it, I've tried it, I've done it both ways. This way that I do things now, way better. Look, way better. Everything is way better. My personal relationships are better, family is better, my financial situation is better, everything is better. Dan, hey, you get those back fenders done yet? If you're talking about the widening of the body, no. I've been sick all week, and the week before I spent cleaning up the shop, getting ready for winter, doing all the winter, things that we have to do around here before the snow, which was last minute perfect timing because it's snowing today. I went and got steel on Friday, so I have more than enough sheet metal to finish the car now. What kind of car is that? This is what's left of a 1967 Volkswagen Beetle, highly modified, full custom. Looks like an old school bug. It is an old school bug. Just highly modified old school bug. Snoopy says, yeah, you doing good, mate. Keep it up. You've got, hold on, these comments are going so fast. You've got talent, 100% top man. Thanks, Snoopy. I appreciate you returning and watching. I've been seeing you a lot. I recognize, that you're a regular here, and I appreciate the support, Snoopy. Tell all your friends. Get them over here too. Yeah, Dan, other priorities, life priorities, wife, kids, house, there's, shit that needs to happen. And then I got sick, and I spent all day yesterday in the tattoo shop, so sick or not, but that's why I wasn't in here working. Dropping in, be more 187, what's going on? Yeah, it is looking good. It's getting there. Um, I think because now I've given myself the deadline of 10 months so that I can get this car to the 2025 SEMA in Vegas next year. Instead of trying to practice more and figure out the complexity of the English wheel, I'm going to use it for basic forming, and then I'm just going to cut it in multiple panels and weld it together to save time. I don't think I have time right now to learn everything I need to learn to make these shapes happen back here, because I need to get it done ASAP. And I have a ton of work to do still. So I think next time I work on it, I'm gonna cut the drip rails off. I'm gonna delete the drip rails, get those out of the way, because it has to be deleted inside this flying buttress anyway, right here. So I'm probably gonna have to cut the buck off, or remove some of them that are attached to the drip rail, some of the pieces, so that I can get in there and cut and weld those back shut. Delete the drip rail, then I can work on the buck and the sheet metal forming. This mustache is annoying me. You know, we got the Lambo doors, the reverse hinge front hood. I'll open the hood for you guys. Can I come work on the car with you? Cars, cars, cars. Where are you located? Awesome, bug. Thanks. Ohio? Yeah, it's too far. Get out there and make more money. Cars, cars, cars. You know, pick up a side job. Go make it happen. Ain't nobody stopping you but you. If you want it bad enough, you'll figure out a way. Kevin T, fuel cell size. Always with the good questions. So my plan is to get the factory 10-gallon tank back in here. I have to make a raised platform and rail for it to sit in because the car has been dropped 4 inches and the front beam has been stretched. So the steering extension, the trailing arms, tie rods, and steering dampener are all where the gas tank used to sit. So I have to raise that up, but I have enough room between there and the actual metal hood to raise it up. So that's the plan, is to put just the factory tank back in. But I also have to get an air tank, compressor, and a bunch of other shit up here. So if I can't get the factory 10-gallon tank back in, I have a 5-gallon like drag style cylinder gas tank. You know, it's polished aluminum, I think, or polished stainless. But it's just the round like duffel bag, you know, looking fuel cell. That's about half the size and a different shape that I should be able to fit in there, no problem. Yeah, I will, Dan. I'm starting to get over the cold now. This last week sucked pretty bad. It was just it's one of those, those snotty colds where it just zaps all your energy. The cold itself wasn't super bad, but I mean I was just getting winded doing simple things and exhausted. That's the worst part of it. William Henry, thanks for the follow. Rat Rod, yes and no. The way I build things is a dirty clean. Everything will be finished, painted. It'll be nice, but a lot of the proportions and style is definitely influenced by rat rods and lots of other cars. Pro Street, Formula One, Bajas, rock crawlers. It's just kind of a combination of all my favorite parts and pieces built into one car. Nicholas Brandt, where are you located? I'm in Idaho. Kevin T says your funk is gonna be loaded. Your autocorrect, you mean trunk or front trunk? Is that why it's a frunk? But yeah, it's gonna be pretty full for sure. Mostly because I stretched and dropped the car, so I lost about a quarter of the original space that was in there. And then I'm adding to it, you know. You do work on 69 Ford Fairlanes? No, I've never worked on a Ford Fairlane. Hutzler, what's going on? He says, oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah, it is. And thank you. KY Jelly. Mang Bragg, gorgeous car. Thanks. Weird name. South North Carolina. Cameron, yep, still working on it. I got 10 months to finish it and get it to SEMA. Which is a very tight schedule. Yeah, no, I haven't finished the back fenders. I'm still working on it. I got to delete the drip rail, and but I've been using the English wheel and figuring out a couple other things, cleaning the shop, you know, all the stuff. Belgium, what's up? I don't know how to say your name. I apologize. Is it Yaveki? Maybe. Humpty Dumpty, thank you. Kevin T, can't wait to see it all wired up. As a fellow electrician, know it's going to be clean. Yeah, it will. So I bought a factory wire harness replacement for it to save time and money-wise. It wasn't that much more expensive, and so I traded the more money for less time. Obviously, I'm going to need to add a lot of circuits for everything else, air compressors, all the backlighting, and all that stuff, which is not a big deal because the main harness is done. It'll ride, it'll start and drive and all of that with the main harness. So I'm just going to add to it the accessories that I'm putting on. Motor, I'll be building a 2276 stroker, air-cooled Volkswagen engine. And yes, it'll be in the back, Sid, where it goes. Kevin T says, very similar here for the C10. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I've completely wired motorcycles before from scratch, you know, just from spools and stuff. And the Volkswagen's very similar to that, but it wasn't that much more just to buy the harness and install it. So that's what I did. Shell Fernandez, very talented, love the build, thank you. Cindy, love the tats, thank you. Nicholas has a 63 Herbie edition, that's pretty cool. I think Herbie's a big influence at a certain age group. Me included. I remember the movie and, you know, watching it over and over and over again. KY Jelly, any advice on someone that wants to learn how to weld? Yes, first off, get a MIG gas welder, okay? Don't mess around with flux core, especially if you don't know how to weld. It's messy, it's tough. You want gas MIG. Once you get that, get off your ass and go weld over and over and over again, okay? Because that's the only way you're gonna learn. Go buy or find in the scrap yard, or if you have a steel supply, sometimes they have a like cut bin, you know, that they'll let you dig through and they'll give it to you for free or at a lower price point, you know, because it's just waste that they're gonna scrap anyway. And get different thicknesses of steel and just start welding. You want penetration, is everything needs to be perfectly clean. No dirt, no oil, no paint, no nothing. Clean steel, number one. Then you want to turn your settings so that you get penetration. You want to be able to see the heat penetration, and it'll leave a mark, like a watermark, on the backside of what you're welding. If you have that, then you have good, then it's connected good, it's welded good. Where are you gonna purge your air tank at? I've attached mine to a Nerf gun and it'll shoot it. That's fucking funny. Where does it shoot it out at? I'd say start on stick personally. Zach says start on stick personally, but he's odd. Yeah, stick's hard to learn first. MIG is going to be the easiest way to go. It's what I use. It's what I learned on, and it's fairly simple. Dr. Aneem, what's up? Morning. Ken Schwartz, 68, what's going on? You got the mechanics of welding. Zach says stick's hard to learn, but you got the mechanics of welding through stick better. Yeah, different, you know, so. But personally, a gas MIG welder to me is the easiest. I don't know how to TIG, I've never TIGged before. It's definitely on my list of things to learn because it has a lot of benefits for heat dissipation, isolated heat zones on thinner metal. So that's appealing. Do I know who Tim, Alex says, do you know who Tim Armstrong is? You look like him. I get that a lot. No, I don't know. I get Kerry King from Slayer and Tim Armstrong. People think I look like them. Kevin T. Shoots a Nerf gun. That's funny. Yeah, get back to it, Kevin. I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping in. Bernard, how you doing? Morning. Zach followed due to the tats and the meetings of them. Thank you. I hope you also enjoy the car. Thanks for sharing the live, bro. Joseph, good to see you live. How's that bitchin' Beetle coming along? It's coming along. Dr. Aneem, can I ask you some question in regards to GPS? Because while I'm driving, I noticed that there's a vibration in the steering when I switch on the Accord heater. Is that possible that it was grounded? I'm not sure. Without actually looking at it and testing it, I don't know. See you later, Zach. So it's coming along slowly. Work's been slow in here the last few weeks because of thanks, Kevin T. I appreciate it, bud. But it's getting there. I gotta delete the drip rail before I go any further with the back fabrication, because I won't be able to get to it to delete it once the sheet metal is on. So that's gonna be the next step next weekend, is I'll be shaving the drip rail off. What's up, Joey Slinger? How much longer on the car? I've been watching your videos. It's badass. Cody Labbit. So I just set the goal yesterday to complete it in 10 months so that I can take it to the 2025 SEMA show in Vegas. I'm not 100% if that's going to be achievable, but I'm going to give it my best shot. What's up, Joey Slinger? You just gonna keep saying hi? Dr. Aneem's watching my live in Toronto. Thanks for joining. User 291, definitely talented, bro. Thank you. Truth is, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just figure it out. Big Jones, what's it got for a motor? I'll be building a 2276cc stroker air-cooled Volkswagen engine mounted in the back where it goes. Dr. Aneem says he loves watching Gotham Garage and others. Yeah. My number one is Full Custom Garage with Ian Russell. He's got 10 seasons of the TV show, but now he does it all on YouTube himself. So you can watch him on YouTube. He is honestly the entire reason why I started doing this. I saw what he was doing with the tools he was doing it with, and realized that it's completely possible to build very cool cars with minimal tools. Cody says it doesn't matter how long it takes to get it done as long as you are happy. Yeah, that's true. But I would really like to go to SEMA next year. So I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of late nights to get it all done. Luckily, this is, because I'm working my way around the car, this is the time-consuming part, the designing, engineering, and fabricating this half of the car. But once I do that, then it's basically, you know, copy and paste to the other side. So the other side will go a lot faster. Russell says talented, it takes years to master metal forming by hand and still get it wrong sometimes. Yeah. Odin's Water Zoo. Head tattoo? There you go, bud. Could I repeat who the other guy was that I just mentioned? Yeah, Full Custom Garage. His name is Ian Russell. He's been around forever. He's friends with Gene Winfield and a bunch of the greats, you know. He has a TV show called Full Custom Garage. 10 seasons of it, but this last year, instead of renewing the TV show, he went on YouTube and he makes his own show now. Yeah, I hope it will stand out at SEMA. You know, that's the idea with anything I build, is to be different, to stand out. Thanks for the gifts, guys. I appreciate it. It's all right, Dr. Aneem. Typos happen. Odin's Water, thanks for the follow. Wild Apache, what's up? I'm building a 2276cc stroker, air-cooled Volkswagen engine, mounted in the back. It's prepped out for twin turbos, but I don't have the money for the turbos right now. So it'll be carbureted. Dual carbs. Yeah, 2276. how much power are you going to make. It's going to be around 200 horsepower and I think 187 torque. KY Jelly, you can get the turbos later, yeah. And then they'll just pretty much bolt on and I'll have to tune them. That's what it's called, metal forming. I have limited experience in TIG welding, decent natural talent for TIG. I have almost no experience with MIG. Could you recommend a good starter welder for me? TIG welder or MIG welder? Either way, I guess, because most companies make both. If it's a TIG, you're going to want a foot pedal. Don't get a lift TIG. You want a foot pedal controlled TIG. I am not a TIG welder. That is just what I've learned. Get some experience in tubular bike frames, maybe later bike tents. Yeah. So get a foot pedal TIG. You can get a Yes welder. You can get a Weld Pro. There's lots of good companies out there. I like the Weld Pro products. They're good quality at a decent price. They're not the cheapest, but they're not the most expensive. It's a good mid-level, durable thing. What's up, Junebug? Eric found a new complete wire harness for his MK1. Awesome. Chanel. Hi. Yeah, foot pedal for TIG, Weld Pro. No problem. Dr. Aneem says the concepts of Beetles are gorgeous and badass, mostly when you put customized engines. Nice color. The changing color when it flashes with the lights. Yeah, the chameleon paint. That's pretty cool stuff. Not my style. I like everything black with a splash of color. That's what I enjoy. Whether it's, a splash of white, green, purple, yellow. I take that back, not yellow. Orange. Pretty much a blue, anything. As long as it's a bright, vibrant color. What kind of seats do I have for it? The factory seats are going to go back in it, the bench and the two buckets. This came with high back buckets with the headrest. I'm going to chop them down to low backs so they'll be even with the bottom of the windowsill. So when you look in the car, it's unobstructed. Battle Bug, Justin Welch, what's going on? And then the seats I'm going to be covering in this metallic purple and black Cayman alligator vinyl. Eric, that sounds like a cool build. Stella, how many have you rebuilt? This is the first car I've ever built. I've built a lot of motorcycles, but never a car. So not only is this the first car I've ever built, it's clearly the first Volkswagen I've ever built. Dr. Aneem, it's just you by yourself building, yes. Yeah, I build all of it. Well, I take that back. I did not build the transmission. I had the transmission built and modified for me, and I'm not going to upholster the seats. I'm not sewing the seats on. I'll do the door cards and the headliner and carpet and stuff, but I'm having the seats sewn up. Yeah, Snoopy, that's a factory sunroof. Mechanical hand crank sunroof. Stella, how long have you been working on it? About a year and a half. So the sunroof is fully functional. There's a little hand crank inside there, right in front of the rearview mirror that you turn and it drops and goes into the car. It's a 67 Volkswagen Beetle. Can you see inside? Yeah, it's unfinished and a mess, but yeah, you can see inside. I'm working on the body fabrication first, and then I'll work my way to the interior last, after all the wiring, plumbing, and all that gets done. How many hours have you put into the build? It averages out to about 8 hours a week. Sometimes more, sometimes none, but on an average, about 8 hours a week. Falco the mechanic, dope work, do your thing, thank you. Where did I buy it from? I bought it in Twin Falls, Idaho, is where I picked it up at. The rust was actually not as bad as I was expecting. The battery boxes in the back seat always rot out, and I did have to replace that. But that's why I stripped the car down to bare metal, was to fix all the rust issues, and there was almost none. It was honestly shocking and impressive. Where am I from? I'm in Idaho, USA. Yeah, the knuckles on the hood. Alright guys, I'm going to get off here for now. I'll be live again next Sunday, like always. Stop in, say hi.